Welcome back to Animated Movies Recaps. This movie starts with a girl named Mitsuha who has a dream, but she doesn't remind what she has seen. Later she comes out with her granny and sister is ready for breakfast. Mitsuha's mother has died and father has left them. Her father was a worshiper of the temple, now he goes. Later he wants to be mayor of the city. While taking breakfast, they watch a news on TV, on which it is informed that a comet is going to fall in their village. They named it Dumkatu. They state Dumkatu collapses once in 1,200 years. Along with this, they warn this could fall in their village and could destroy it. Later on, Mitsuha goes to school and watches a notebook on which it is written, "Who are you?" Her teacher calls her, and while she stands up by listening to her teacher states that at least she knows her name, and stands up my call. She meets her friends, and they acknowledge her that yesterday she had forgotten her name. And not only this, but you came school open-haired. Mitsuha declares that she didn't remember about yesterday, that what happened to her. It seems like a dream. Late night, Mitsuha and her sister dance in front of their granny. Later on, they take rice in their mouth. After chewing, they store in a container they do alike, because it is their custom. They used to store rice like this so they could be able to make alcohol, which means wine. When she was doing, her friends noticed her and laugh at her. Mitsuha doesn't like this and becomes bored of this life. She doesn't want to live. She was bored enough that while crying she states, "In my next life, make me a smart boy of Tokyo." Later on, she comes home and sleeps. In next morning, when she woke up, she was a boy who lives in Tokyo. She becomes shocked watching this, becomes astonished why this happens. First it seems dream to her, but she goes to school. She doesn't recognize anyone, but her friends recognize her. Later on, they all go to cafe. Mitsuha likes this life a lot. She was bored from village life and now happy that she has something new to do. While in conversation, she receives a message in which it is stated that she's late for work. She informs her friends that she has to go to work. They ask her to go, but she investigates from friends, by the way, where she works. They become astonished but informs her where she works. Actually, Mitsuha works at a restaurant and messes up all the work, because she doesn't know what to do, but still she was enjoying a lot this life. When she comes home before sleeping, she writes Mitsuha on her hands. So, when she gets up the next morning, could recognize it. When she gets up, she was in real form. Mitsuha in her own village. On the other side, the boy gets up while watching. He doesn't know what happened yesterday. Actually, they've switched their bodies. Mitsuha enters Taki's body, and Taki in Mitsuha's body. Similarly, Taki lives a village life, and Mitsuha enjoys village life in Taki's body. As time passes, people around them realize what they were doing the day before. They tell yesterday you weren't like this, as today you're. Now they realize someone else is there in their body. Now they leave messages for each other before sleeping, what they did all day long, what they've eaten or drunk. Time passes, and the day comes when the comet has to collapse. Mitsuha, on that day, leaves a message for Taki that she has arranged her date with the girl who works with her. Reading this, Taki becomes excited and goes to meet that girl. But Mitsuha was sad because she gradually likes Taki. Taki goes to meet that girl, and she says that she doesn't feel like she was with her. Seems like you're different and changed, as you think about someone else. When he rushes back, he reads Mitsuha's note, in which she stated that today Dumkatu would be visible today in the sky. He does the same, but doesn't see any Dumkatu. He calls Mitsuha, but her number wasn't in reach. Here, Mitsuha notices a Dumkatu in the sky which divides into two. We notice, time passes, but Mitsuha doesn't be in Taki's body. He is quite sad and misses her. He wants to be in her again, but he doesn't know where the village of Mitsuha is. He, with the memories, draws a sketch of her village, that where the school, where the temple was. He draws a full sketch in order to find her. He goes with his friend to find her village. He tries a lot but couldn't find her village. Exhausted, they go to a restaurant and eat something. Here a chef comes. He watches a picture of Mitsuha's village. He tells him, "This is the same village where I was born." Listening to this, Taki becomes happy and tells him that he wants to go there. Everyone gets shocked, his friends too. He states that the name of this village is Itomori. The most shocking thing to hear was that in 2013 this village was destroyed, a Dumkatu fallen, and everyone died. Take hurriedly goes there, in a village where Dumkatu had fallen. After this there becomes a hole, and there's a lake. Taki becomes confused and everyone gets back. Taki in a book searches for details about them all who died in that incident. Shocking thing is that the name of Mitsuha is also mentioned. Along with that, the messages of Mitsuha from Taki's mobile too are disappeared. Now Taki realizes this a dream which has nothing to do with reality. In the next scene, his friend enters and asks where he has worn a ribbon in his hands. Has someone given this to you? Taki declares that 3 years before he was traveling by a girl on a train. He doesn't know her, but she has given her hairband. Till he considers this lucky charm and wears it in his hands. After this all, Taki was restless to know what is going on with him. He visits the temple where he goes with Mitsuha's sister and danced in front of her granny. He reminds us that by chewing the rice and storing them in a container for making alcohol. While visiting there, he watches a temple. He realizes whatever he has experienced isn't a dream but a reality. The difference was that Taki lived in 2016 and Mitsuha lived in 2013. They both were living in different timeline. They both comes into each other's bodies. When Taki called Mitsuha and it was unreachable, the reason was that time Mitsuha had died. Taki starts to search the same bottle which Taki has kept for making alcohol after chewing rice. He finds the bottle and opens the kid and takes it hurriedly. Before taking, he begs for another chance in order to restore everything. After taking alcohol, he reminds every memory. Like he reminds how Mitsuha has led a life in the village. He also reminds the date Mitsuha has fixed his date with Taki. She was sad. Along with that, he came to Tokyo and met Taki. But Taki didn't recognize it as it was a time of 2013, and at that time he doesn't know Mitsuha. He has given him a handmade ribbon with her hair that he wears even today and considers it a lucky charm. Later on, Mitsuha becomes sad and comes back to her village. Later on, Dumkatu collapses and divides into two, and along Mitsuha, everyone dies. After watching this all, Taki is shown that he's again in Mitsuha's body. He begged for another chance before taking alcohol. For that, he is in Mitsuha's body and has been given another chance. He, without any delay, goes into Mitsuha's house and meets his granny, and asks her granny to save everyone because today a comet has to collapse. Her granny understands that someone else is there in Mitsuha's body. He declares that she watches such dreams, her mother too. This is something in our family. She declares that she doesn't know anything, just a memory and misty feelings. Taki understands that Granny isn't getting all this. He thinks if I'm here, Mitsuha must be in his body. On the other side, Taki is shown in her body. Mitsuha is present. She watches her village, but there's a pond over there. She could see this pond because she was in 2016 this time. She understands that Dumkatu has fallen in her village, and it destroyed everything. Later, she hears Taki's voice who reaches there, but Taki was in 2013 and Mitsuha was in 2016. They both were in another timeline, so they couldn't see each other. Sunsets and dusk appear. According to the Japanese, dusk is a time in which we could perceive things that no one could. As the sun sets, evening appears, they for the first time confront each other. Taki gives Mitsuha her band and says that time, he didn't know her, but he knows her now. They both watch Dumkatu, which was divided into two. Taki states to Mitsuha before they forget each other, write his name in her hands. And he writes her name on his hand. Taki writes his name at Mitsuha's hands. As Mitsuha writes, she disappears. Taki is about to write her name, but as he writes, he forgets her name. And her Mitsuha is present who wants to save her village. She watches Dumkatu dividing into two. Her memories gradually were fading, but as he watches her hand, Taki has written that he likes her. He doesn't write his name, but written how much he likes her. Mitsuha hurriedly goes to her father and states that she has to save her village. Dumkatu is divided into two. We have to do something before our village destroy, because Mitsuha already had told her father. But now, as her father watches a proof that Dumkatu is dividing into two, he acknowledged that his daughter is right. They take everyone to a nearby school. Dumkatu falls in a while, and the village becomes destroyed. Everyone was saved because they've gone to a school. Taki has forgotten everything and comes back to Tokyo. Time passes, he doesn't remind anything, but he feels incomplete as something in his life lacks. Here, Mitsuha too is shifted with her family in Tokyo. She too feels like he is in search of something, but she doesn't know what she wants. One day they were traveling in different trains when their train encounters each other. They watch as each other, they realize this is the same for they've been searching. Afterward, when they get out of their own station, they search each other madly, searching each other. Finally, they encounter each other. They don't talk and cross each other, but Taki couldn't resist and asks Mitsuha if they had met before. She answers probably yes, while tears in her eyes. They both ask each other, "What's your name?" Here the movie ends. Next movie will be available tomorrow. Till then, subscribe.